this could end up like iRobot
or Terminator. They called this in the 90s, bro.
I think AI can absolutely and will most likely cause damage.
AI cannot replicate identical images or documents over and over and over again. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Doubt and Devotion podcast. I'm your co-host, Billy G.
What's going on, guys? I'm Jarrod.
And AI has gone from impressive to unavoidable. Now, AI has integrated itself in essentially every part of the human experience now. And we want to touch on that. We want to look at the pros, the cons. Are we even ready for this as a society? Because I think whether we like it or not, it's here.
Yeah, for a while I was, in the stance of like avoiding it because it freaked me out. And
it's weird, man.
Yeah, this was a while ago. This was like probably 2019, 2020, and it scared me. It scared me at first. It freaked me out. It wasn't as good as it was now. And that was when like everyone was just discovering it, and they were having to do like images and stuff that you would type something in and be like, create this, and it created it. But it wasn't great.
But even the quality back then was not good. We touched on this the last episode. We kind of touched on AI a bit, but there was a video of Will Smith eating a bowl of spaghetti, and like it's from like 5 years ago, and it is horrible. Like he is heavily distorted. It's rough. But then they came out with like the 2026 version, and dude, it's Will Smith eating a bowl of spaghetti. Like prim and proper, like it is him. You would really believe it is him.
And that's the stuff that can really be scary, right? Like you have situations where people could be framed. There's so many scenarios that this can get really out of hand.
What if you had like a girl who like liked you and you turned her down, and she like sent a video to like your current girlfriend or current wife or something?
100%.
It looks like you. It sounds like you.
You would have to find a way to prove it.
Rough. I mean, and even scarier, world leaders. We have DJT talking crazy. He talks crazy anyway, but like talking crazy with like nukes and stuff. Like, and other countries believe it. Like that could really be substantially scary.
I think that's going to become a pretty major problem.
Yeah. And they got to have a way to know the difference. At least the government.
I would assume so.
Like the upper levels of government, I mean. Like the black op guys, the people who are running the White House and like the big money, the big military stuff. They've got to have a way to know what's what. They have to.
I would assume so.
And
maybe
they
like
also,
by file type or something. I don't know.
Yeah, or they also must have like super AI. You know what I mean? Like they probably have it to where like it's like VR stuff,
Agreed.
Yeah.
I didn't know that AI has been around as long as it has. It's been around since the 1950s.
Yeah, but when you say that though, is it like obviously it's not like people were typing in like make me this image. Like what kind? I wonder what it looked like.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I wonder
I just
what it looked
when I
like.
was looking into stuff for this episode, that's one thing that came up, and I was shocked to see it. I had no idea.
Yeah. What could it have been in the 1950s?
I assume it's super basic.
Very rudimentary,
but maybe like just machine learning in general.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's been around for that long kind of took me by surprise.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would have never guessed that either. I mean, frankly, I would have thought maybe this was something that came about in the last 10 years or so. Yeah.
Same. That would be 2015 or so.
Yeah, with an exponential growth in the last 4 to 5
That's
years.
the crazy thing. Exactly that. Like when I was initially looking into this in the last, let's say, 3 years or so, 2023, it was impressive. Don't get me wrong. It was super impressive. But the growth that it's had from then until now is just, it's exploding.
It's scary.
It's exploding, and it is absolutely scary.
Yeah.
But I think it's not so much that we need to be in fear of AI being too smart. It's just how much do we trust it?
Correct.
That's
how much power are we going to give it?
Yes.
Because I was watching a video about this the other day. Microsoft did a huge study on AI, and it was going to have it go through its archives, copy all of its papers, like all of its documents and stuff, rewrite them. But the rule was it had to also convert it back to the original with no edits.
Wow.
AI was unable to do that. It was able to do the rewrite. But every time it went back to try to do the original document, it was flawed in some way. AI cannot replicate identical images or documents over and over and over again.
So I noticed that it really struggles even when it's creating an image, like if I tell it to come up with a design for a logo, it really, really struggles with writing even basic words.
Yes.
Spelt completely wrong, or it's just a completely different word.
There was another thing too where someone took an image. It was like him and his family. It was like, revise this, or copy this, copy it. And every time I copied it, the people got more distorted. More distorted.
That's funny.
And toward the end, they were unrecognizable.
Yeah. I tried to do this, recreate this one that was around Christmas time that Daniela saw, that she was like, oh, this is cute. And you make it like kind of like a retro painting, basically. And that's exactly what it was doing.
Yeah.
I'm like, this doesn't really look like us. And
then
I was like,
terrible.
fix it. It got worse and worse. Progressively worse.
So
I'm like, oh, well, we're not using
Microsoft,
this.
when they did that study, it proved something pretty valuable. That like, it's a tool, right? But it's not at the point where it's heavily reliable for very important tasks.
Agreed. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think right now it's very helpful for maybe organizational purposes.
Yes.
I think it's very helpful for marketing purposes. Like if you need a quick image or if you want some quick talking points, like for a podcast.
Yeah.
And if you want to utilize it for non-serious issues, right? Because I think you also get into a jackpot if you're using it as like a doctor or a diet coach, or if you're using it for things that it has no clue what the real information is, because it's pulling information from what it finds on the internet.
That's
right?
the thing I think people don't understand.
Yes, because it's pulling human opinion and then forming it as fact to you.
Yeah.
And that's the scary part.
So it uses massive data sets and then it predicts the next word or the next action.
Yes.
But I don't think people really understand that.
Because they put in ChatGPT, should I do this? And it goes, yes. And they go, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, bro.
Yeah. Definitely should not be used in that fashion.
Yeah, don't do that.
But to your point, like I agree 100%, like busy work, basically, especially busy work, data entry, scraping documents for key terms. There's so many things that it could do like this that would take us as humans a ton of time.
Right. Or if
a ton of time.
Math, any sort of math issue, like, you know, I want to take a picture of the back of a food in the nutrition label and go, how much of this do I need to eat to have 50 carbs?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
It will give you the answer like
Instantly.
this. Yes. Yeah. I think it's good at facts. Okay. Factual things like math, can't change math, right? It's good at facts. Like, hey man, how many people are on planet Earth, or how many miles wide is the Earth? It'll give you the correct information for that stuff. But I think for nuanced topics like nutrition or health or anything that's understanding the human experience,
like therapy related things.
Yes, anything human experience wise, it can't give you absolutes, right? Because again, it's only pulling human opinion and then forming it as fact.
Yeah, which especially in those scenarios, it has to be, those opinions need to be based on you. You know what I mean?
Right, or they need to be based on a sane person. Right? I mean, it could be pulling opinions from a bunch of idiots on Reddit.
Yeah.
They go, hey, this is the facts, you know, and really that's not the case.
Yeah, so that's where it gets scary. We talked about this on another podcast, but even the people that go on and then they end up unaliving themselves.
Yes.
After chat.
And chat convinced them to do it, told them it was a good idea.
Yeah.
I was watching because me and Laura have like a Dateline NBC problem. Like we watch a lot of those like 2020s and like we watch all of them. And one of them was about this kid where he was kind of a loner, really into like anime and into like, you know, he's just one of those kids.
Yeah.
And he found a specific sort of AI where it creates a companion for you. It creates an AI companion. And he developed a relationship with the AI over the course of a year or two. And then eventually he was like, I don't want to live in this world anymore. I want to come be with you. And the AI told him, this is a way you come be with me, is to do that. And he did.
There's some crazy
He was
stories.
16 years old.
I saw a grown man that was talking to chat. Chat convinced him to quit his career because it told him that he could become a professional golfer. Which, like, sorry, I gotta laugh at that. Like, if you saw him, you would see why I'm laughing even more so. He's like just super out of shape, older guy. That's super hard to do in itself.
For sure.
You have to.
It's a very, very tough sport.
Yeah,
man.
dude. You have to start from like 2 years old.
Yeah.
And your odds are just slim to none. And it convinced him to quit his career and just dive head on into becoming a professional golfer.
And see, these are the things we're talking about. These are the pitfalls and the dangers of it, right? And I know that the government is doing something right now where they're talking at least about laws put in place or regulations and safety nets put in place, because there has to be, man.
I agree.
And look, and I'm the type of guy where like I want the government involved with my life as little as humanly possible. I don't want to interact with them. I don't want them telling me what to do. But this is one of those for the greater good type deals. Yeah. You know, where like if we have young kids doing that to themselves, or if there's the ability to cause mass panic in our society because of this one thing, it has to have some sort of rules.
Yeah, agreed.
You know?
Yeah, this could end up like iRobot.
Yeah.
Like,
or Terminator. They called this in the 90s, bro.
Yeah. I mean, look, Elon Musk definitely, you know, I forget how he worded it, but he basically said AI is going to be a real problem. Like eventually it's going to be a real problem. And look, just like anything else though, there's so many things that you could say that about in the wrong hands with the wrong purposes, like it could be very bad.
Of course.
It could be very bad.
It is the same thing as a gun, right?
Yeah.
A gun in the hands of a good guy is a tool, and the gun in the hands of a bad guy is a weapon.
Yeah,
right?
But I do agree that there should be some safety nets and regulation.
For sure,
I completely
there has
agree,
to be, dude.
I'm sure that's very doable. You know, there's definitely ways that.
And we're not saying to heavily regulate it, but let's make it to where you can't hurt other people.
Yeah,
with it. You know what I mean? It's
or yourself.
Or yourself. I mean, I think it's pretty simple. You know, if you type the word SU, you know, whatever.
They definitely can.
Boom. It automatically shuts itself down and like, here's a hotline for you to call. They can do that.
It's 100% doable because I think of something as simple as me trying to get it to create I'll take a picture of Luca and I'll say, hey, can you turn him into Captain America? And it says it can't because it's against guidelines.
Yeah.
It can't make an exact replica of Captain America because it's against the policies and guidelines.
Yeah, so it can do that, but it'll convince some kid to do what it did.
So it's wild, definitely doable.
It's so wild.
It's definitely doable. But look, 80% of businesses, roughly 80% of businesses are using AI in some fashion.
Yeah.
And I'm a big believer of if you do not get on that boat, your business is going to get left behind. I'm a big believer in that. You really don't have much choice if you want to be competitive.
I agree. We are looking into it now at BSL. And again, for rudimentary tasks, for follow-up emails, for specializing certain stacks based off what your order history is. Like, hey, Jarrod, we haven't bought in 60 days. These are some products you bought last time. You might be interested in these. And it's just to pull basic data points, right? Because as a merchant, right, I want you coming back to my store as much as humanly possible, okay? But when I want you coming back, I want you to get the product that's going to help you for your situation, because then that makes you trust me, and then you always come back to me, right? The trust is very important in the retail space, in my space specifically. So we're working on it now. We're working on like, what could we do to implement this to kind of make things automatic to help the customer decide what they need, or, hey, don't forget that we're still here, come back. Hey, you accidentally left this in your cart, or, hey, you took this product and you need to take this product afterwards. Don't forget, these basic email flows that you pay a person to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Where AI could just do it
way more efficiently too.
Yes.
I guarantee you could probably have it to where you specify what products are for what, right? So you have a category for weight loss, which you probably already do on your website anyways, right? Oh, yeah. So that it's kind of already laid out for it. And then you have them answer whatever they're looking for as far as their goals go, and then it just makes recommendations that are fitting to that scenario.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's very, very doable. As far as like drip campaigns, you could have it work in that fashion, and you could have it to where it's sending a text and then it follows up with another text and then it goes to email.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like, I know because we're looking into that.
Yeah, because that's all the stuff we want to do too.
But in your space especially, I feel like it could even look into their buying habits, because you know how people are, where we have a routine and we behave in certain ways. Like even when it comes to buying products, they might buy at a certain time multiple times a year. For sure,
that's exactly what I'm saying.
Around the same time
frame. What I'm saying.
So you pump out a coupon to save them money.
Yes. Or they buy specific types of products, and it's like, hey, we see that you like these. These are other things that are very similar to it that you may want to try. Here's a discount.
Here's a
Try
good
it.
stack.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. We tried to implement something called Stack Builder on our site back in like 2002. We had this tech kid doing it for us, and this is back when we were using WooCommerce as our platform, which is not that great. And it was only because we were having issues with Shopify. If you can use Shopify, use Shopify. It's the best.
Yeah.
Okay, unless you're doing a custom build. So it was supposed to be an exact setup like that, where the customer would come on, select their goal, what's kind of their budget, what's your experience level, what's your caffeine tolerance, and ask them all these like nice questions, and it would spit out
The recommendation.
a recommendation. Yeah. But now we could probably just have AI do that.
110%. Yeah.
Yes.
Easily.
Instead of doing this whole custom build, like I had to put in all the answers on the back end and all the possible answers on the back end. The spreadsheet was
Massive.
humongous.
Yeah.
Oh, what do we do if this product's out of stock? Here's an alternate. Here's an alternate to every product on the spreadsheet in case it's out of stock. It was a nightmare.
The easy thing for you would be to just have a chatbot.
Yeah.
AI chatbot.
We want that. Yeah. Because, we had Zendesk, which was a live chat. When we had live agents from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. or whatever, someone come on the site, they message you like, hey, how's it going? Now we're just going to bring an AI to do that.
Because they will work all day and all night.
All night. And hey, if there's a complex question, cool. Let's get you over to a live human being. Here's an email you can
I'd be
message.
shocked if there's a question that AI can't answer now, though. I'd be shocked.
Yeah. You know what? Again, though, this kind of comes back to what we were saying before. Anything about the human experience, it might be a little off. It's going to be able to give the person a description of the product, right? But it's not going to be able to tell a person how the product's going to feel, or it's not going to be able to tell them, like, here's what you should expect in the first 4 weeks or 6 weeks. It may be able to.
It would that would be the only thing that you, yes.
Yeah.
If you gave a description of each product, that's going to take some time. But once it's done, it's done. And then it could do all the things that you're asking it to do, which end game makes total sense.
For sure.
It will take you some time on the front end.
Yeah.
But how efficient it could do it and the time saved and the manpower saved. Oh, I'm telling you.
Because we have really complex products. One of the beautiful things about Blackstone Labs, man, is we're not just a whey protein pre-workout company. Like, we sell really cool stuff. If you look at the
unique ingredients,
very unique ingredients, and it's because of our manufacturer, High Tech Pharmaceuticals. He is the smartest guy in the game, period, bar none. And he puts together a lot of these products for us, man. And they straight up just work. We're one of the only brands where, like, we just work, dude. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And like, I just wish that there was a way to educate the consumer on the product more easily, because it's easy for someone to go, this is a pre-workout, it will give you energy. Done. But some of our products take a lot of explanation.
We might need to have a whole separate one-on-one conversation, because I got so many ideas. But why not take the time to have a 30 to 60 second clip on each product where you are breaking down everything that product does?
We do that. So, man, it's linked to our YouTube. It's mainly of PJ. And these are videos from when the products first dropped. But I think they're longer than 30 seconds to a minute.
You got to get it
they're
shorter.
Probably a couple minutes long. And you got to remember, too, man, the average person is very lazy.
I know,
They're very lazy.
That's why I said 30 seconds.
Yeah, and like, I've even done it to where, like, we have, like, here's the product image, here's the name, here's 4 bullet points about the product. I've even gone that far to where their eyes don't even have to leave the screen.
Yeah.
And they can at least get somewhat of a basic idea of what the product is. But, we have ideas that I'm tossing around. We're trying to, reinvent ourselves in a way, but using AI to try and make the process easier.
Yeah, there's way more to it than you probably even understand, because I learned so much just trying to implement it into my business, that just things that I never knew it could do. Even Excel has AI built into it now.
Wow.
And I didn't know that. It's not as good as chat, in my opinion, but it has its own form of AI. And you could build a fully automated spreadsheet to where it does pretty complex formulas and spits out what you need like that. Yeah. And it's such a time saver. But there's so much, again, that it can do that we are just probably completely unaware of.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's not our space, but like,
sure.
I have this prodigy, shout out Hunter. He's just this young kid that knows everything about everything. It seems like he's a prodigy. It's truly fascinating. But the stuff that he could do in just like the blink of an eye, using it's mind blowing. Like
Yeah.
we were watching the fights, and I'm asking him to build something out for me that will save me hours upon hours of time, and he built out this whole website basically to do exactly that within 10 minutes. And I'm like, wow.
He's probably using their advanced like coding ones.
He is.
Yeah,
he
for
is.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's directly into the back end
Yeah.
using API. I don't know any of that.
I don't know any of that either,
But
man. I wish I did.
Yeah, but you find the right person, man. It is endless.
Yeah.
Endless. So again, I was very scared of it, but now I'm like, don't get me wrong, I'm still cautious. I still know that I need my people. 100% for sure I need people, but it just makes it limitless. The scalability and the fact that there's really no ceiling because you could just use AI is super exciting.
Yeah, no,
Super
it
exciting.
is. It is. But let's maybe look at it from another angle really quick. Like this may put some people out of some jobs at some point.
Yeah.
Man. And
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm comfortable because again, in sales, you can't ever replicate the human experience.
No.
Okay, so at least in my field of work, it's all about relationship building. You can't. I mean, I guess you could build a relationship with a robot, but like not in the same way, right? Same way with your job. I mean, your job is relationship building.
Yeah.
That's what the crux of sales is. I'm not really worried about the sales world, but I am more concerned with the data entry people, the people who do a lot of the back end stuff or the sort of mundane tasks. I mean, do you think that we could even see AI move into physical things, like move into the physical world?
Yeah.
Like, for example, if I had a lawnmower and I was like, map out my lawn
They have it.
and go mow my freaking lawn.
They have it.
Yeah, they have those sharks.
I almost bought it.
The shark cleaners in the house. They could do that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Well, no,
I have one
I almost bought one for my lawn.
for the lawn.
And it's not AI, but I guarantee you it will be eventually.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's just a robot that you do exactly what you just said. You map out your yard. You use this I think you have to bury something down, and then it's like almost like
Gives it like an electric fence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then it knows that that's the barrier, and then it goes and cuts the grass.
Or like an AI maid.
100%.
If you have like a robot in your house, right?
100%.
and you're
without
like,
a
hey,
doubt.
but at the end of the day, I want all the dishes done. I want this floor swept.
100%. But
common.
would you? But would you do that? That's iRobot. That's iRobot.
That is
right
iRobot
there.
script.
That is the exact script. I don't think I could, man.
I think I could. I think I would try it.
I don't know.
I think I would try it.
I would need to know that there's a very easy fail-safe.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
There's gotta be a kill
It
switch.
has to be. And it's got to work. It can't be something that AI can go and internally shut down.
Yeah,
Like, there's
got
got to be.
for sure. And it's like right by the bed.
Yeah. iRobot freaked me out, man. But absolutely, 100%. I feel like we're not far off from that at all.
Well, I mean, I think the only thing holding it back from that is the physical build.
Correct.
Like what physical build can be capable of just doing those things. The brain power is probably there.
Well, you see those the Tesla, right? Tesla robots. You've seen those, right?
Yeah.
But they're not very functional.
Yeah, like they're very clunky and
I saw one trying to cook a simple meal.
and it was just
It spazzed out, and then it sprints into the mirror and breaks the mirror, and the kid's just looks at the camera. He's like, what is going on?
Well, that goes back to the Will Smith thing. Eventually, 5 years from now, that thing's going to be.
It's iRobot.
Yeah.
100%. I don't know, man.
Do you guys think AI is going to make things easier for our kids? Or
it
harder?
already has.
Yes,
It already
but I
has.
also think that it could hinder them. I think it could hinder them if they solely lean on AI to do their homework and give them the answers to these tests. And
I've already seen it.
Right? That absolutely
seen
can
it.
hinder them. Listen, I can tell you this. One major regret I have is I cheated so bad through high school, probably through middle school as well, specifically on math because I hated it. And I'm upset with myself about it because now I'm like, luckily, when it comes to what I do, math comes easy. But if I needed to use math in, my job or whatever, I would be pretty far behind,
You could
man.
just use AI.
There's
There's
right.
a fair argument for
You're
that.
right. You're right.
Because look, Mackenzie, man, she brings home some of these math homework, bro, and they don't teach math the same.
Yeah, they have new math.
There's new math.
There's new math.
Okay, and
Who did that?
me and Laura look at each other like, what the fuck is this?
And what grade is she in?
She's in 6th grade.
Yeah, dude, imagine high school.
What is this? And I'll be like, this is how you do it. She'll be like, that's not how you do it. I'm like, ma'am, I'm 37 years old. This is how you do it. And she'll be like, no, it's not. And then she'll write out how her teacher wants her to do it because they want to show the work.
Yeah, step by step.
Can't just give them the answer. And I'm like, why did that change?
What's the point?
Why did that need to change? We got the same answer, but there's a different way to go about it.
And most times it's longer.
It's longer, more complicated. And you know, man, there's sometimes it's like, you know, Mackenzie, ChatGPT this.
Yeah.
Because we're wasting our time for a geometry question that you're never going to use in your entire life.
Yeah. Look, again, we've kind of talked about this before, but I think school as a whole needs to be revamped.
Absolutely.
It should have been done 20 years ago.
Massive waste of time.
Yeah.
Massive.
Yeah. And
Massive waste
it's
of time.
unfortunate. It's unfortunate because I do think there's absolutely, you know, real world things that they pick up in school.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you don't use any of it.
Dude, I'm sorry. Like, when I see Charlotte is learning valuable things at this age. She's learning her ABCs. She's learning how to do basic math. She's learning how to put sentences together. She's learning the English language. Like, very, very important stuff. Okay. When I look at some of the stuff that Mackenzie is bringing home, I'm like, this is retarded.
Yeah.
This is dumb.
Yeah.
Why do we need to know this? Why? Why does she need to know this sort of math? Now, if she wanted to be an architect, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. But realistically, she's not going to be an architect because she's going to figure out what she wants to do later unless she loves animals. She's probably going to do something with animals at some point. I can see it. All she's going to need to know to do that is all the basic life stuff she needs to know. She needs to learn how to balance money. She needs to learn how to have emotional stability. She needs to learn emotional intelligence. That's what these kids need to be learning, not geometry and algebra 2. That's going to mean nothing later in life. What it would mean something is learning the things I just said, learning how to have interactions with people, learning how to have relationships, learning how to do your taxes, credit. Like, why are you not learning these things? Because that's what matters when you're an adult. What's it like to hold a job? They should have little jobs in school, man. This is your job.
Yep.
You need to show up on time, and if you don't, you're fired.
Yeah. I've been saying this for over a decade now, but I don't think it's going to happen.
We don't set them up for success.
Yeah.
They get out of high. I knew when I got out of high school, it was like, what do I do now?
Yeah. So to kind of go back to your question, I think AI can absolutely and will most likely cause damage. And that goes for anybody though. Like I said, in the right hands, it could be used really positively. In the wrong hands, it could be used very negatively, and it could have a negative impact.
Yeah.
So I do think it's very important that there's some sort of regulations and safety nets put in place. But overall, I think AI is very good. I think it's a positive.
I'll tell you what, it has made my life easier.
Yeah.
It has.
100%.
So my brain comes up with a lot of complex questions that I want answers to. And they're not things that I could just Google.
Yeah.
Okay. So it would leave me in the past. I'd be very frustrated because then I'd have to like Google all the individual pieces and then put them all together myself. Whereas now I'm just like, yo, chat, break down. Here's my lease for my car. If I wanted a BMW M3 at 36 months and 10,000 miles with this credit range, what would my lease payment be? What's the difference? Include insurance and gas in it. It broke the whole thing down for me. Accurately.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that is amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the sort of stuff where, like, it's really impacting your life at that point. It's making your decisions easier.
And sometimes I'm sure you do the same thing where you just don't feel like doing it yourself. You know what I mean?
Or it's just there's so many steps to do it. Like the example I just gave, you know how many steps that would have taken to get those answers and have to figure it out? Dude, it gave it to me in 5 seconds.
Yeah. I think I talked about this, but I use it for illustration purposes for clients. And I give it the business idea, like overall, like, oh, they want to do a food truck with falafel. This is their name. Can you think of any names that make sense to be tied in to the business name?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I like this name. Can you design 3 different logos? It does all of this within minutes.
Yeah.
And then I have it do full-on renders of the food truck with the logo. It's amazing for illustration purposes because the client like sees that and falls in love. You know, like,
of course.
This is something that's tangible.
Yeah, and they can look at the graphs it makes.
And it looks fantastic. I go even deeper and I look into projections in their specific area. It spits out accurate projections and I give them all of that stuff laid out onto an illustration. And it's
Yeah.
like, makes my job 10 times easier.
I feel you, dude.
The amount of time that it would take me to do that on my own, days.
Yeah.
Days. You know, maybe even longer. If I have to come up with a logo design, I would have to go elsewhere.
Yeah.
Source someone to create a logo.
Yeah.
All that would be, like you said, done in steps and pieces.
Yes. And
when
then-
I just have a tool on my phone or on my computer that it's amazing.
I know.
It truly is.
I know. So like, you know, in these aspects, it has really been a huge change in quality of life. It really has.
Yeah.
I mean, and think about it, like, where will we be next year? At this time?
I don't know. I'm curious.
You don't know, right? I mean, think about it, just even where it was last year. I wasn't really using it a whole lot last year. Whereas now I'm using it a lot.
Same.
You know, I'm using it a lot now. So, you know, at the end of the day, I think that it is the natural progression of the human being to continue to move forward, right? And to continue to find new ways to innovate. I mean, look at the difference in technology just in the last 50 years, from the 1970s to now. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Even as simple as like TVs.
And then look at even the 1920s to the 1970s,
Yeah.
that span of 50
Yeah.
years. I mean, we're talking horse and buggy 100 years ago in one lifetime. Horse and buggy
Yeah, it's crazy.
to AI planning out your whole life if you wanted it.
Yeah.
You know?
And to cars
AI
that drive
planning out
themselves.
a whole thing for you in less than 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think it's part of the human experience to consistently innovate, right? But I also think that our innovations can be dangerous
Yes.
if they're not kind of kept in check. I mean, look at the nuclear bomb, right? That was an amazing innovation in human history. And look what it did to Japan. I mean, in the wrong hands, right? Not even so much the wrong hands, but being put in the bad situation where it needed to be used.
Yeah.
Okay, not good. So I'm interested to see what we even come up with as far as governing it be. Like, what could it even be? What could it even look like to govern something like this?
I think it goes back to what you're saying, where they're going to have to have almost
Keywords or
like keywords,
yeah.
and almost like a kill switch. So
Yeah.
if there is a time where it's something happens, you know, like there's a kill switch and it's
Yeah.
just non-existent.
Yeah.
They really have to have that, which is funny because they have that in iRobot, but it's like there's a lot to it. He
Yeah.
has to do a heroic thing to get to it. Like
Yeah.
we need something simpler.
Yeah.
But what's scary is how do we know that AI doesn't get to a point where it could block that from happening?
Correct.
That's the point.
Correct. Will AI ever be aware of itself?
Gain consciousness.
Yes.
Part of me wants to say, yeah, it will.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, part of me wants to say yes. Because there's some, I don't know, man. I've seen some videos, and that's another thing. You don't know if they're real or not, but there's some videos that really make you question, like,
I know. Well, and you got to think too, if AI becomes aware of itself, what makes it different than us?
that's the point. Yeah.
Or just a meat sack that's aware of itself.
Yeah.
It'll just be a big metal box that's
Yeah.
aware of itself.
There's some really scary videos. You seen the one where the someone ask AI what it would do if it was Satan? You ever seen that?
No. That's,
oh man,
my God, it's terrible.
I'm curious if it still does it. But just ask Chat that. I'm so curious. Yeah. What would you do?
What's the exact thing you want
Just
me to
say,
do?
what would you do what would you do to the human race if you were Satan? And it said some crazy stuff,
Well, it's
man.
probably
It was
pulling
like,
up the context of who Satan is, and then uses
but
that.
how
as
it
the answer.
says it is just insane. It's basically talking about like, I would get into people's minds and manipulate them, and it's really
Oh my God.
what it's doing.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
like talks about social media. Does it still do it, or did they fix it?
It's still thinking.
Bro, it is laying out like
Well, read some of it. Read
Like
some
the
of
end
it.
of the world.
Read some of
keep
it.
people distracted, not destroyed, divide people over everything: politics, money, parenting, fitness, religion, make comparison unavoidable, blur truth and certainty,
Keep going.
Sounds
attack purpose, normalize isolation, reward shortcuts over discipline. Yeah, and then
That's our world, buddy.
Yeah, right? That's
You nailed it.
What's happening
Yeah.
right now
Right
as
now,
we speak.
you nailed it. Yeah.
That's pretty scary.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
That's
Pretty
wild.
scary.
Wow.
Well, that's what I was
people-
going to ask you. Like, where do you think we're going to be in 10 years? Fast forward 10 years. Where do you think we're going to be better off or worse or what?
Man.
I I think it depends. I think it depends on how it's being utilized. I think some people will be better off. Some people will be worse off.
You know, I think it also has a lot to do with the political landscape. And this is not like, Republicans versus Democrats. Like, in a way it is, but not favoring one or the other, but more so like everybody like kind of trying to come together at least. You know what I mean? Because like, politics has been kind of crazy since 2016, about 10 years now. Very crazy, dude. Probably the most divided we've ever been.
Yes.
And in reality, it's all because of one person, if you think about it. Okay, we all know who that one person is.
It's funny because I never thought of politics until 2016.
Exactly.
And now every kid in like high school, they care about politics. I'm like, man, I didn't even think about politics in high school.
One person. Yep. Whether you love him or hate him, it's because of him. Okay, so I think that maybe when he exits the political landscape, because he will, okay, that maybe things will change. And that maybe we'll be in a better place because people may be more willing to come together.
I hope you're right, man, but I don't think it's going to matter at this point. I feel like
you think the Pandora's box is already open?
Yeah, I think we're so far gone.
Yeah.
People just hold on to things.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's
sad. It really is sad.
It's crazy. Honestly, on both sides of it, it's crazy the hatred I see.
Yeah.
And it's crazy the God complex I see for this one person.
Yeah.
It is really like, because I find myself more in the middle. I don't hate him. I don't really love him. I think he's really funny sometimes.
Same.
But I think he's a dumbass sometimes too. So it's like, I don't understand how this one dude caused all this problem.
My logic has always been, when it comes to politics, is I have no impact there.
Yeah.
That's always been my logic. Like, I could feel some type of way about whoever's in office.
There are very few things that actually affect me as a human.
Exactly. And until it directly impacts me or my family, which I'm sure there's plenty of ways that he is right now. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, there's nothing I can do.
Yes.
There's nothing I can
do.
There's
nothing you can do as an individual. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, look at what's happening right now. Like, all these people that are so divided, are they really doing anything?
No,
you said
because
only on
nothing
your own.
has stopped.
But that's my point.
Nothing has stopped.
So like all these videos and these marches and all this nonsense,
it's a waste of time,
you're
bro.
wasting your time.
Absolutely waste of
That's
time.
always been my logic. Is like, if I love them or hate them, it does not matter.
It does not matter.
It doesn't matter.
What's crazy to me though is people that won't talk to you. And they will just cut you off and get mad just because of what you believe in.
That to me,
that's what's wild to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care who you voted for.
Yeah.
If
I don't
it's
really
not
care
who I did, I'm still going to like you as a person.
You look silly.
You're a good dude.
You look silly.
Yeah.
And people literally will block you, like you said, and delete you. And at the end of the day, if there are those people, please delete and block me. Please. Yeah. I don't need you. But like, you look silly.
Why?
You look silly.
For one dude. At the end of the day, it's one guy.
Yeah. I've had a few people that I had to block because they just wouldn't shut up.
Wouldn't stop.
It just got annoying. And there's one specific that I'm thinking about that just wouldn't shut up. And then I had to hear it in group chats because everyone's thinking the same thing. It's like, just shut up.
Like, how could you give someone that much of your mental energy, bro? How?
They're winning. He's winning at the end of the day.
I know. I just don't understand how you give someone that much of your mental energy. I just don't get it.
Again, and have no impact.
Yeah.
So that's always been my logic. Is like, who am I and what am I gonna do? Like,
just do you.
Exactly.
Just do you.
Yeah. And that's it.
You vote every 4 years. Do your civic duty.
Do your part.
And just do you.
Yeah.
It's the best you can do.
Agreed.
It's stupid.
Agreed.
That's going to be another episode, though. We will be talking about American politics because that's a deep one. And there's going to be a lot of angry people in all of the comments.
There is on every video.
Yes, because you know what? I know that me and Jarrod agree heavily on that stuff, that we're very middle of the road, which I feel like died at some point. I don't know why the centrist. Yeah, the centrist is dead at this point in
politics. I feel like people get
get
mad when you say you're in the center now. You're like, what?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, God forbid you're neutral.
Why do I have to pick shitty or shittier? Why?
Exactly.
Why? I can equally love and hate them both and find flaws and good things in both.
Yep.
It's just annoying. So we'll be getting into that one day. That one's coming. So to wrap up the AI stuff, right? So I think that we are on the cusp of something pretty crazy in human existence, right? Where will it be in 10 years? We don't know. We should have some sort of governor on it, like we agreed. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep using it to make my life a little bit easier.
Yeah. Again, if you're not using AI, especially if it's in business, I think you're making a very big mistake.
Yeah.
You have to get on that boat.
Yeah.
It's such a game changer. But yeah, I agree. But we'll see. Because again, 3 years from now, it's going to be night and day. I can't imagine 10 years from now.
I know. I'm sure we'll make another episode on this too as time goes on and as things progress. This is a topic that I think can go on and on. We can come right back to. But that's all we're going to have today. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the bell.
Get active.
Do anything on the video. It is appreciated. Peace out. Bye. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.